Grant Masso, when we return after this timeout.
You know, it just doesn't sound like summer.
Another reminder, if you're just entering Don King Soccerplex,
Now that's a good start. Maybe
please sit on the X's as you enter
let's
into
get
the
it cool.
bleacher area. Those are the seats that are reserved
All right now, batter up.
for families, groups, so on that will be here in
Ooh,
attendance tonight.
how
Also,
about
if
a
you brought
summer
your
breakfast?
radios with you tonight, Max 98.3
That's what
is
I'm talking
carrying
about.
tonight's game. You can
The
listen to all
sound of
the
summer.
action. Tony Ross is already on the air, so you may tune in and listen to
Enjoy
tonight's
summer.
contest.
Enjoy Coca-Cola.
And nothing makes summer taste sunnier than an ice cold Coca-Cola paired with your favorite food and favorite people. So whether it's Taco Tuesday or you're grilling burgers, summer's not summer without Coca-Cola and your favorite foods. Enjoyed together. Coca-Cola. Together. Tastes better. Welcome to the Sideline Show, brought to you by our good friends at Ancilla College. Find out how you can become an Ancilla Charger by logging on to AncillaChargers.com. Pleasure to welcome in with the head coach of the undefeated Plymouth Rocky soccer team, Coach Masson. And Coach, congratulations on what's been a great year for you.
Thank you. Thank you. The boys have been playing hard. They approach every game like it's a cup final for them. So, yeah, we're happy the way the season's gone so far.
You know, you don't get to this point unless you got good chemistry.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we start. We start with culture. You know, we start with those big rocks on the bottom. We build that culture. And once you build that culture, that family, then everything just falls into place from there. So great chemistry on this team.
Well, this team has shown that they can flex their offensive muscle, but I think maybe what's getting overlooked is the fact you're a pretty damn good defensive team, too.
Well, I tell you one thing. I tell you what this team is. This team hates to lose more than it likes to win. And we've showed that every time we've gone behind. We went behind at Goshen, came right back, scored 2 goals, won. You know, went behind when we played, a couple of weeks ago, came back, even to score, won. You know, so they just hate to lose. You know, that's the type of team it is.
Who's been pleasant surprises for you? And I dare ask you that because I'm sure we probably could be here for the next 2 hours rattling off each individual, but there's got to be a good handful that's been a nice staple.
I tell you what, Tony, this is a team effort. It really is. I mean, we've got some individuals who really work hard for this team, but it's like I tell them, when the ball goes in the back of the net, it's because of a combination of 11 players, not one man. And that's the way. That's what our culture is built on. It's built on that team mentality.
Well, you've also been getting some good goaltending this year, too, which has been very nice. But tonight you got to throw a little change up, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're down 2 center backs, so that's a problem. So Ethan Hunt, who's our starting goalkeeper, he played in sectionals. He played some center back for us, and he's a sound center back. So we're pulling him out of goal. And Fernando Pacheco, he gets to make his varsity debut. Wonderful goalkeeper, though, man. He gets up to heights that you just can't imagine. So we feel comfortable with the move. As a coach, when I make moves like that, I go to the team and I tell them, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Do you guys feel comfortable with it? Let me have your feedback. And everyone, yep, let's do it. Feel good.
Let's talk a little bit about, for our listeners tonight that's going to be unable to make the soccer game, what do you guys do? What kind of formation do you like running normally with this group?
I like to play a 4-3-3 formation. It's you could say it's an attacking formation. A lot of wing play, triangle in the middle. Like to control the midfield if we can. Then switch the ball out to the flanks, kind of spread the other team out, make them run, get them tired. And then defensively, 4-3-3 lends itself into a 4-5-1 when we're on defense. So we pack the midfield. So, if they're going to beat us, they got to beat us with a fast pass.
All right, well, let's talk about your opponent tonight. Not only are they one of your biggest rivals on the schedule, they happen to be number 1 in their particular poll for the first time in the program's history in the Argos Dragons. So let's talk a little bit about this. This game is really going to be a nice little tale of tape on how each other are going to be able to do against a quality opponent.
Absolutely. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Todd Vanderweel's done a wonderful job with Argos. Well coached team. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you're facing. When you face an Argos team, they're going to bring the thunder. Right. Doesn't matter where you are. If they're at home, if they're at the Plex, they're going to bring the thunder with them. They traditionally play a 4-4-2 formation. They have for years. So, you know, we kind of know the way they're going to play against us, which is good. But we know they're going to get up afterwards. I mean, they're 6-1. So they've got a lot to protect this year. You know, we're 6-0. We got a lot to protect this year. So, you know, this is, you know, we got a thunderstorm coming to the Plex tonight. It's going to be an awesome game to watch.
Well, it sure will be. Key for you guys will be.
I think key for us is we got to get Selvin Paguada involved early. We got to get his right foot going. You know, we got to get our wingers involved in the game. And if we do that, I think at the end of the night, we're going to end up victorious here.
All right, buddy. Congratulations on what's been a great season so far. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Tony. Have a good one.
There he is, Coach Grant here joining us here on the Sideline Show, brought to you by good friends at Ancilla College. When we come back, we'll get a chance to talk some more soccer after this.
Why take on loads of student loan debt when I can go to Ancilla College? They are the least expensive private college in Indiana.
30 seconds.
We've got a 100-bed residence hall, expanded 18 job-ready associate degree programs, and they have athletic teams I can join. I can choose from nursing, criminal justice, agriculture, and more. Ancilla College. We believe in you. Believe in yourself. www.ancilla.edu.
Welcome back to the Sideline Show, brought to you by good friends at Ancilla College. Find out how you can become an Ancilla Charger by logging on to ancillachargers.com. Pleasure to welcome in with the defending state champions in Class 1A, the head coach, Mr. Todd Vanderweel. Coach, first and foremost, congratulations on one amazing year last year.
Thank you. It was obviously it was a great experience, and we're trying to build off that momentum this year. And so far, we've been playing all right.
You know, let's talk about this particular group. Talking with some folks down in Argos and getting a chance to catch a little video here and there of you guys. You don't look like you've fallen off too much here. You've lost a little bit from the back, but I mean, for the most part, boy, you're pretty strong in a lot of key positions.
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty strong and deep group last year. Obviously, some of our sophomores didn't get the minutes because of the extreme experience that we had in our senior class with Owen and Sam and Chino especially. But these guys have stepped up. Probably we're slowly getting into some guys figuring out the leadership positions, which was our biggest fear going into the season. And honestly, one of the things that we were worried about on the field, our back four has really probably been our most stable area of the field so far. We've had some inconsistent play in the other areas, but the back four's played really well for this year so far.
You know, looking at your kind of schedule too, you've about faced every kind of team that plays formations for you so far, and tonight's going to pose a little bit of a challenge here with this Plymouth team and how well they're playing. But it's, again, this particular group just seems to have stepped up. Who's been a nice surprise for you so far?
Probably there's been a few. Caden Brady, of course, and he'll miss tonight's match because he's quarantined with the COVID situation, but he's played really well. He was off all year last year with a knee injury, and to miss that and come back and really not miss a step from his freshman year. We have that. AJ Mills, another kid who stepped in from playing a lot of junior varsity minutes last year. He's played really well. He's been starting in Brady's absence and has we haven't missed a beat. The normals, of course, have been there. Colton Markley stepping onto the field and playing great minutes for us, and that's part of the reason our back four with his leadership has been tremendous and allowed Kurt Johnson to step in, and he's been doing well in the goal for us. So, and then, of course, like I said, the normal guys, I didn't elaborate on them, but your Gabe Stone, your Cameron Markley, your Mike Richard, your Ted Redinger, those are constants. They're there every night for us, and they really, they give everything they have.
Well, tonight you got this Plymouth team, and they're undefeated. They're playing some really good soccer. Again, they got a really good forward group once again. Tonight, for this particular challenge, what's got to take for you guys to get a win?
We need to believe in ourselves. We took a really bad result against them last year. Plymouth really played fantastic and really smacked us around last year. So we have something to prove to ourselves. I think that we just need to come out, play our game, not try to make them as uncomfortable as you can. They are a very, very good team. They attack from all directions, and we just have to be ready for that. And I think just look at this as one of those type of situations that prepares us for the end of the season, I hope. But we're relishing this opportunity. It's not often that some of the best soccer's played in Marshall County in high school, and we're excited about that.
Coach, best of luck. Go get them. It's always great talking with you.
Of course. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
Coach, for our pregame show, we're back with our keys to the game after this timeout.
Argos interior by laying down new hardwood, tile, or carpeted flooring.
Okay, we are probably going to bring in after this. I may keep it leading up to the kickoff. Matter of fact, I'm going to. So whatever commercials we use from this point on are going to be backlog it to halftime. Punched out of the way by the keeper, Johnson, and now work. But that's the scenario. And, of course, again, with the injuries of Matudi and Brown, that's one of the reasons why the Coach Masson's has had to make the moves that he's had to. And Pacheco, he's a very good goaltender. And one thing that Coach Masson really liked about him and talking with him before the game is that he really sees the field well and he can anticipate. So we'll see how that all comes to fruition for him as this game goes along. Diaz does a nice little footwork around two Argos defenders. We'll send it back to the middle, chased after by Aguiar. And now work to the left wing side to Mendoza. Mendoza gets a right footer away, and that's going to go wide left of the net. And so a goal kick will be coming up here for the Argos Dragons. We talked about this Argos team last year. They finished 4th in the state. They ended up becoming state champions after it was all said and done, as they were 2-1 winners over Indiana, claiming their first soccer state title and state title in any sport for that fact in Argos. It was a tremendous year for this soccer program. And it's almost like they just reloaded for this year. And Coach Vanderwill, you know, he keeps his expectations in check, and that's what makes him a really good coach and allows him to get the best out of his kids. He just wants them focusing on one thing, and that is playing hard for the entire first and second half and without taking breaks. Argos gets the throw in, and they will gather at midfield. It's going to be knocked down there by Tracy. Then it's going to send it ahead. Can he find Devin Allen? No. Diaz able to cut it off and send it back the other way into midfield. Loose ball. Markley got it. Then he's poked off of it by Rosas, but then regained by A.J. Mills. He's a corner, a sophomore. Tried to send it to Richard. Richard dancing around his defender, and Richard got too handsy, and he gets called for the no-no. So Argos with the free kick. Diaz sends it ahead, and up ahead it's Kawada. He shoots, he scores! 7 Kawada. Kawada had no problem beating everybody down the field. And there's that Division I speed that we were kind of alluding to in the pregame. 7 now with 12 goals on the season as the Rocky fans enjoying that play. And Plymouth gets on the board 1-0 at the 34-49 mark. So Paguada with the goal. And now play back on their way. Plymouth again on the attack. Paguada was almost the recipient of a lead, but Argos able to shut it down. And they get back to the circle at midfield. Richard tried to left-foot it ahead. It got deflected, and it's going to be gathered by Plymouth again. Rosas sent it ahead to the right side, trying to find Paguada again. Paguada will turn with the ball, and it ends up going out of bounds, and that was touched out of bounds off Gabe Stone. So Plymouth will have a deep throw-in off to our right. Well, one thing with this Plymouth team, they really have the speed. And here's a lead pass into the box that got headed up in the air by Cardonia, but he couldn't finish as Johnson, the keeper, able to scoop it up. Ends up being a free kick here on the whistle, and so we're going to have one coming here for the Dragons. Gabe Stone will do the honors. 410 minutes logged by Stone this year. He'll left-footed ahead. That got cut off by Cardonia, but then he had it stripped away by Redinger. And the Dragons look to send it up the right side, and the feed for Redinger ends up going out of bounds. So Plymouth will throw it back in along the far side. Nice step up defensively by Stone to knock it out of bounds. Throw in Plymouth. Cardonia able to hit Aguiar. Aguiar will give it back to Cardonia. He sent it all the way through, but we got a whistle here, and a no-no by Plymouth will give Argos the ball back. So a free kick right near midfield. Clee will do the honors. Or Colton, Markley, I should say. Colton, no goals yet this season. Sends one toward the top of the Plymouth box, but it got clear out by the defense. And a 50-50 ball is going to be battled for, and pass by Tracy got deflected but out of bounds as it went off the leg of Alex Baca, the midfielder for Plymouth. Thrown back in by Carson McCramer. Loose ball right at the circle, and McCramer has to send it back to midfield again. Right now, ball ping-pongs around, and finally, it's going to be Markley to grab it. Cam taking off the ball and fouled as well. So that Plymouth foul will give the Dragons a free kick right near the center circle or center line. Cam Markley, 3 assists this year. Toward the box, looking for some help, and the ball bounces just wide of the post as it goes out of bounds. There's that strong leg we talked about that Markley has. And boy, I tell you, there are some strong kids out there that are vying for position. So free kick here for the Rockies. And Pacheco sends it out to the circle. Argos able to gather it in. Tracy tried to send it, and now Allen trying to find Richard. Richard trying to get off his defender. Able to send it back to McCramer, and now it's going to be caught by Tracy. Sent it to the near side. It's Markley. Danced around his man. Markley then sends it ahead. Got deflected twice. Popped up in the air in that second boot. Chasing after it, Diaz for Plymouth defensively. Bicycle kick ahead, and the Rockies now go to the offense. Pushed further on a lead pass by Baca. But it's going to go all the way to the Argos box where Johnson read it perfectly, and the keeper will end up throwing it out. It goes to the right side, and McCramer will push it ahead. Carsden, a senior, this is his 8th game of the season. Renninger with a deflection trying to find Allen, but that got broken up by Hunt of Plymouth, who sends it back to midfield. McCramer had the ball stripped, and Cordonia leads it in. And one more time, it's Pagoda spinning off his guy, trying to get free, and had the ball knocked out of bounds. And that goes off of Paguada. And Paguada, not sure he liked that call by the official, but it's going to be a goal kick here coming up for the Dragons. But I tell you what, Paguada, that young man can get down the field in a blink of an eye. Markley will send it up for the Dragons. It got deflected and popped up in the air by Zach Truitt. It comes all the way to the near side to Diaz, who's ran off the ball by Renninger. Diaz then pushed down by Renninger, who gets caught. Teddy Renninger, he's a junior. Big fella, too. And he just gave a little two-hand shove that sent the smaller Diaz down. So free kick coming up here for the Rockies in their own end with 29:50 left to go in this first half. No score. Or 1-0, I should say. Plymouth, my apologies. Argos prevents a lead in, comes back out to midfield. Renninger with a little touch pass that Diaz is up, sending it into the stands. Look out. Sending it into the stands. Look out. Throw in for the Dragons. And the lead for Renninger got headed away and taken back by Markley. Set to the right side, and he's got a man running, and that's Stoltz. Stoltz has to catch up to it thanks to a spin, and now he's going to try to take it outside the right side of the box. Can he curl in? No, he got taken up to play neatly, and here come the Rockies on the counter. It's Cordonia, able to get it into the possession of Romero, sending it to the near side with a touch, finding Baca, and now Diaz sends it toward the middle of the field, trying to find Paguada, who is offside. Well, that lead actually was a scenario where Sylvan, you could just kind of tell he wasn't going full stride because he probably knew he was going to get caught for the whistle, and he did. So get the fine. That's a corner kick. Off the throw in, Argos tries to get possession. They cannot, and the lead up the left side finds Cordonia. Cordonia leads it up ahead to left side. Paguada on the move. He's got one man to beat, and he gets turned. Loose ball out in front, and great job by Richardson. He kept the second oncomer, Jose Rosas, from getting a shot away, and it stays 1-0 Plymouth as the Johnson, the keeper, able to clear it out to midfield. Plymouth right back on the attack. Trying to get control. Romero leads it right side. This is going to be Rosas centering one, left corner, and that's going to go out of bounds. Boy, there's a lot of players that get touches for this Plymouth team. Checking out of the game for the Rockies will be Alex Baca. He's going, and into the game will be Ivan Tercios. Ivan, 6 goals, 2 assists. He's the super sub on this team, as call him. Dragons able to head it out to the circle at midfield. Battled for, and Allen able to send Markley on his way on the left side. Cam trying to take it deep, just sends it further, finding Allen on the run. Devin tries to center it, but it goes off a leg and Cairns out of bounds. So this will end up being a corner kick here for the Dragons, the first corner kick of the night. The Dragons will send Devin Allen to the right side of the box. Stoltz thought about creeping up. Matter of fact, they just keep it at the top of the box, and the lead pass from Richard to the middle with his header, got knocked away and poked loose to Cadonia, and he's going to clear it out with a chip shot. That's intercepted by Tracy, but then taken back by Truitt, and he sent it to midfield, only to have it picked off by McCramer, who fed it to the right wing side. Back with it is Truitt now. And Zach had himself run off the ball, but it was last touched by a Dragon right in front of the Plymouth bench. So a free kick coming up here for the Rockies. Mendoza will do the honors. 25-45 left to go here in the first half. Chested down by Paguada. Worked over to Diaz, led up the right side, and this was going to be handled by Rosas. Rosas, not a Romero. Romero against Richard. A pair of 10s going at it. Nice lead to the right side, and it's going to be handled by Rosas. Rosas feeds it to the middle. Oh, and Cadonia couldn't settle it down as he had a step in on the defender. Here's a lead in the box, and a header on, and a save by the Argos keeper as Johnson once again comes up with a stop. He'll boot it out along the right side. 1-0 Rockies if you're just joining us. And for following us on PHS Big Red YouTube channel, we welcome you. Down to 24-56 left to go here in the first half. Here's a lead pass that got knocked down and cleared out by the Rockies. Set to midfield. Markley ran in to Tercios, and this is going to be Tercios called with the foul. So Argos will have a free kick just underneath the circle near midfield. It's about a good 35 yards out here. Everybody cramming the top of the box. There's the long chip shot toward the net, and nice leaping grab by Pacheco. And the Plymouth keeper tells everybody to get upfield. So Pacheco will just underhand it ahead to Diaz, who touches it. Paguada back over to Diaz. Fed it to the middle, but to the wrong jersey as Argos gets control. And it'll be Tracy to send it up the left wing side, but he shanked on it, and it goes out of bounds. So a throw in for the Rockies right below us. Paguada's going to turn with it. Paguada scored his 12th goal this season earlier, and as a matter of fact, it's the only goal of the game as Paguada ends up getting knocked down, and a foul will be called here against Argos' Jake Stoltz. So the junior called for the no-no, and they'll have Diaz sending it over to the far wing side. Mendez, he furthered it along, but to the wrong jersey. Nice step-in steal by Cam Markley, but he ran into a lot of traffic, still maintains possession, and sends it up the right side. Chasing after it is Rediger. Teddy tries to get there, but then Truitt ends up shielding the ball and knocking it out of bounds. Rediger, an upset individual, thinking that ball didn't go off of him, but apparently it did, and the official will give a free kick here to the Rockies. 1-0 Plymouth, down to 23 minutes left to go here in this first half. Rockies will send it around to the near side where Diaz takes it. He'll feed it along the near line. Settled down for a moment by Rosas, but then helped out, and Paguada tried to lead it to the left side of Aguiar's. Junior, nice feed up the left side to Cadonia. Cadonia will catch it, but he was offside. So the Rockies stymied on the run, and now Argos will get a free kick and a chance to get offensive possession back. They are trailing 1-0. The clock showing 22 minutes and 32 seconds remaining. Good to be back here at the Kent Soccerplex. It's been a couple years since I've had a chance to call a soccer game, so forgive me if I seem a little rusty. Here's the lead pass into the box that gets stolen away, and now the Rockies get it back as it's Cordonia. He'll chip a pass that's going to sail all the way to the near side, headed up in here by Rosas. Quad, a nice lead back to Rosas. Rosas chips it toward the net, trying to find Romero. Jumping in on the play neatly again was Johnson. And the junior keeper is playing well between the pipes for the Dragons despite only giving up 1 goal. Who got some great footwork. It's almost like the ball's on a string. So it'll be a goal kick coming up here for the Dragons. Tonight's game brought to you by our good friends at Joe Morris Attorney at Law. Since 1996, Joe Morris has employed a problem-solving approach that is client-centered and geared toward finding the most cost-effective solution to a complex legal for his clients. If something's worth doing, it's worth doing well. And if you have a legal issue now, don't wait. Contact Joe Morris, Attorney at Law, before it's too late. Make an appointment by calling 935-9500. Dragons will have a free kick here coming up as Carsden McCramer will do the honors. And Cardonia has been sent to the bench with a yellow card, I believe. So Cardonia will grab some bench. So the Dragons now will have a chance to send it into the Plymouth real estate. Carsden McCramer does, and the header is going to wind up along the near side where it's going to be taken back by the Rockies. Rosas, the junior. Nice feed, Paguada out toward the middle. Handling it is Aguiar. Aguiar tried to lead it in, trying to find Rosas on the run. He'll settle it down. Feeds it toward the top of the box to Romero. 2 defenders were on him, couldn't find it. Ball comes back to Rosas. Now back to Rosas. A chip pass into the box, got deflected and cleared out neatly by Stone, and got some help in the meantime, but the Rockies maintain possession near the top of the box. Rosas spins one ahead and a header on, and a save once again by Johnson, as I believe that was Aguiar who spun that one through. And a great effort by the Rockies again, only to be stymied by Johnson, the keeper of Argos. Dragons get it to midfield, and that is it. They cough up possession. And now it's Melendez to the left wing side, trying to get free. This is Bacchus. Gets a shot on, but right in the midsection of Johnson again. And Kurt, well, I tell you what, playing senior-like between the pipes, even though this junior has put in some good minutes so far this season. 400 minutes for Coach Vanderweel, to be exact. Richard for the Dragons gets it over to Markley. Colton leads it right side, can't find Cam, and so the Rockies take advantage of the mispass. Stepped in front, and then he chips it over to the right wing side, and now it's going to be Cam to run it up. Tries to feed it in for Renninger. Renninger got to step in on his man. Renninger, left-footed shot, he scored! Teddy Renninger ties this game up for the Dragons. This goal comes at the 18:09 mark. Well, I tell you, a little bit of a defensive miscue there by the Rockies. Cost them that goal. And Teddy Renninger, using that physical and speed of his, got around his defender and was able to shoot that one through. So a brand new game at 1-1. And we're under 18 minutes left in the first half. Rockies had the ball. Diaz trying to turn away from his man. Stumbled on it, but gets control back. Feeds it toward the middle. Aguiar sends it back to Diaz. His pass is knocked down. No hand call, and it should have been whistled. There it is to Sean Richard. Got the big paw up inadvertently. So it'll be a free kick here for Plymouth. Diaz right below us will send it toward the box. Nice job by Tracy to step in front and knock it away. And Sean Richard leads it to Michael. Michael, though his pass is easily intercepted by Aguiar, fed to the left side and worked back into the possession of Eddie Mendoza. Mendoza tries to feed it toward the middle, headed toward the net, leaping and making a grab as Johnson to prevent that one from going in. So Kurt Johnson, once again, flashing some leather. And he'll boot it to midfield. Trying to find Stoltz, who heads it further, but stepping front is Ethan Hunt. He'll send it back the Argos way. Tracy heads it up, and then it gets knocked down with the right foot by Tercio. Romero Romero leads it to the right side, finding Diaz on the run. Diaz keeping it wide. Got around his defender, Tracy, sends it toward the box, and it got knocked away by Argos. Cleared out further by Richard, but not far enough as Romero sends it to the far wing side. It connects onside, but unable to get the shot away there was Baca, and offside was called as Baca was ahead of everyone. So the offside on the Rockies will give Argos the ball with 16:15 remaining in this first half. Dragons ranked number 1 in 1A. Plymouth ranked number 9 in 3A. Both teams, proudly we can say here in Marshall County, representing well. As the ball gets deflected along the far sideline, Rockies keep it in, but then they shoot it right back into the Plymouth bench. Dragons get a throw in. Oh, and a missed throw by Markley allows the Rockies to steal. And now with a chance, deflection there off Alex Baca is going to be taken away by the Dragons. Headed further by Stoltz, trying to find Redinger, but that's broken up by Hunt. Rockies, though, cough it up again. Richard was taken off the play from behind as Romero disrupted him. And the ball gets deflected out of bounds off of Rockies. So Dragons throw it in along the right sideline. Mendoza could not catch up to it, nor should he, because it was an Argos throw-in. So Mendoza will now get his free throw-in. Aguiar, nice little knockdown, able to get over to Romero. Romero will go to the right. Paguada to Diaz. Diaz will send it ahead. Deflected, trying to get in a foot race to beat everybody was Tercios, but he was offside. So Tercios in ahead of everyone, and that's what, the third or fourth offside on Plymouth in this first half. But this is what you get with an aggressive team that the Rockies are. Here's the boot all the way out to midfield, and it goes back and headed the other way by the Rocky defense. It's a 50-50 ball won by Sean Richard. Then he's stripped of the ball. Romero will take it at the circle. He'll feed it off to the left side where it's going to be caught up by Tercios, but he couldn't handle it. And this is Markley up the right wing side. Colton, he is going to draw a foul. That's right, and a foul will be called on Plymouth. So good work there by Markley. And that was Cam, by the way, who drew that, not Colton. I'll get the 4 and the 6 corrected here in a moment. Sorry, Argos fans. Here's the approach, and Cam will right foot it toward the net. And this is going to go saved. Apparently, no whistle here. It's in the box and loose, and unable to finish with a left foot was Caden Nifong. It was a great save along the near post by the Dragons, and I think that was Sean Richard who did that, and he kept the play alive. Everybody thought he was out of bounds on it, but just because the body looks out of bounds, as long as the head's in play where the ball's in fair territory, it's fair game. And everybody just kind of quit, and then that left Nifong with a chance, but he just shot it over the net. So we're still tied at 1 here. Here's floater into the Argos real estate that the Dragons have to clear it up near side. Richard will chase after it. Sean will further it along. Diaz with a nice sliding play to deflect it out of bounds. Richard, though, will look to throw it upfield. Richard, long throw to Redinger, and he'll lose that one to Diaz, who overleaped him and headed out of bounds. So we'll do it again. Richard with the throw-in. Knocked down by Devin Allen. Centers it to the middle. Nifong will go over to the right side, and he overshot Markley by 2 miles, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. So the Rockies will get a throw-in along the far side. It is senior night here in Plymouth. This is the 6th home of this 2020 season. What a beautiful facility it truly is. Here's Diaz going through 2 Argos defenders and split them. Sends it ahead, it's onside. Nope, they're going to say Paguada was offside. The line judge, Ashley Belden, said again offside, and she's made about 4 offside calls on Plymouth tonight alone. Chuck Werzinga is the other line judge, and the head judge is Jerry Chisholm for this game tonight. So we're under 12 minutes left to go here in the first half. Argos will send it right toward the net. It got deflected, and Pacheco luckily had Aguiar clear it out. Argos tries to maintain possession, but coughs it up, and Romero with a chip pass. Paguada, he's onside. Can he win the foot race? He got by his man. He's going to shoot. He's going to score! Johnson got aggressive. The keeper came out, and Paguada still had his half a step on his guy and the ball, and that was enough. And Paguada just scores his second goal of the game, giving the Rockies the lead again. $13 on the season now for Paguada. This comes at the 11:31 mark. Well, and to be honest with you, you got to like the aggressiveness of Johnson in this particular scenario. But the fact of the matter is that was just a scenario where he needed to probably just hold his ground a little bit longer to let his defender Pagoda make a tougher shot than what happened, because when Johnson committed, Pagoda got the angle he wanted to slide it by him. So Pagoda with his second goal of the night for the Rockies. And it's a 2-1 affair. The home team with the right side trying to find Redinger, but that pass is going to go out of bounds. And so this will be a Rocky throw in here. Alex Baca will do the honors here. Oh, nope, it'll be Mendoza to do it. So Mendoza, the senior. 5 shots on goal for him this year. There's a long pop-up winding its way to the center circle. The battle for it, taken by Diaz, and he'll send a high one back into Argos real estate. Paguada with a beautiful knockdown. Then he's going to find Diaz's trailer. Whoop, and then he threw it right to Sean Richards, who broke up the play. But then Diaz got it back to Aguiar. Feeds it left wing side. He's got Cardonia on the run. Cardonia is going to end up being offside again, says Ashley Belden. So the Rockies once again offside. Clock now down to 10:22. Had 14 offsides in the JV game, I was just told. Wow. Yeah. But, I mean, that's the aggressiveness of this Plymouth team. They like to run. Play back on their way. The ball gets deflected out of bounds. Markley ended up, that went off there apparently, and so the Dragons get a good throw in. Deep along the far side where Teddy Redinger will do the honors. Down to 9:45 and counting, 2-1 Plymouth. Here's the throw in the box by Redinger. And it's booted out by the Rockies as Mendoza sends it ahead. Chasing after Colin Markley. He forgot the ball. Paguada gets the steal. Paguada now 1 against 2. Fed it to the on-comer. And that's Rosas. Back to Paguada. Again offside Paguada. So I'll tell you, the way this first half is shaping up, we are probably going to be ending up with 14 offside calls on Plymouth after it's all said and done. Right in front of us, it's Diaz escaping with the steal. Fed it to Paguada. Can't turn on his man. Now he does. Paguada center. Dragging right off of Johnson. What a save. And now the ball is going to be cleared up the right side and then deflected off of Cardonia. And a goal kick coming up for the Dragons. What a tremendous save by Kurt Johnson. He's a right corner that's playing offense right now. Looks to send it deep. He's trying to get around his defender. And Naifong, great job forcing a bad pitch. Can Redinger win the foot race? The goalkeeper comes all the way out on the play. It's a loose ball, and the whistle sounds, and a foul will be called here. In the meantime, Redinger is still down and slowly helped up by Devin Allen. And so now the FAR judge who made the foul call is going to say the foul will go against the Rockies. And a free kick from the top of near the top of the box coming up. So this is about a 5-yarder here. It'll be Gabe Stone to try to do the honors. Stone has a goal already this year with 6 assists. Rockies will put up a 4-man wall right at the top of the box. So here we go. Stone with the approach. The left-footed chip shot trying to curl it in. He could not. Didn't have enough hook on it. And it sails out of bounds. So the score remains 2-1 with 3 minutes remaining here in this first half. So Pacheco will get a chance to clear it out on this goal kick for the Rockies. And here's the boot. It's straight on toward the middle. Paguada doesn't go after it. It's headed up in the air by the Dragons. And the 50-50 ball will be settled by Richard. And then he forgot it. Romero with a 360 move. Oh, what a beautiful side kick to Cardona. Cardona trying to turn on his man. Takes a deep left-footed shot. Great defensive play by the Dragons. And I'll tell you what, paying the price there for that deflection was Benny Mangle. The junior stepped up and made a great block off a wonderful attempt. Dragons get the goal kick and clear it out. Rockies have to chase, and now they try to send it forward. And Nide steps in and deflects it out of bounds. Or Nifong, rather, I should say, Nifong. Rockies try to get control, and then a bullet pass by Aguiar 3 feet away to his teammate Rolello ended up going out of bounds, so the Dragons get a chance to push it up the left wing side. It goes out of bounds off of Rocky, and so a throw-in now for Reniger along the far wing. Reniger throws it toward the middle of the box. We got a whistle here. That was not a good pass, apparently. Nope, the official called it. Reniger threw it two hands, 3/4 instead of straight over the top. And he got caught for that. So that gives possession back to the Rockies on a throw-in with 1:20 left to go here in the first half. Here's a giveaway by the Rockies, though. It's Richard, top of the key, to the left foot. Lost control. The battle for it is Romero and Richard. The pair of 10s now will take it deep to the near corner. Romero trying to kill time. The ball ends up pushed out of bounds, but off a who. They're saying Richard, which means that'll be a goal kick coming up here for. So Pacheco will once again get a chance to clear it up the field for the Rockies. He does with 45 seconds left. Headed up in the air by Markley of Argos, but it goes to the wrong jersey. Up that right side, this is Melendez. Melendez trying to get by Nifong. Nifong takes him deep, centering right in front, and then it's shanked on by Stone, but he's still able to clear it deep out of his end. Now here's a right footer off the leg of Rolello. It winds up to the left wing side. Cardonia going after the loose ball, can't. Markley able to get it back, then a sliding tackle by Aguiar took it away from him, and the Rockies maintain possession down to 13 seconds. Worked back to the top. This is Ethan Hunt. Ethan now to the top of the key as Nifong ends up getting called for a foul as he ran into Baca, and the first half horn sounds. Great end-to-end action, good physical play, but boy, what a fantastic first half of soccer. And Selvin Paguada, right now the story. He has a 2-0 or 2-1 lead over the Argos Dragons here at halftime. Coming up, a recap of the first.
Local branch in Plymouth, where our friendly associates are eager to help you with your banking needs. Experience the Centure difference today at Indiana's largest private, family-owned bank, ranked #1 in the state by Forbes. For more information, go to centure.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, Jay, make sure you give me music intro, please.
Our expert service team can keep your vehicle happy for years, from simple maintenance to major repairs. We even provide a loaner car if your vehicle needs to stay overnight. So we have an excellent source of demonstrator vehicles offered to you with substantial discounts. So search our inventory online or stop in for a test drive at Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth.
Whether you're a local farmer or a captain of industry, an integral part of the success of your business is having quality fuels and lubes. With great products, competitive pricing, and outstanding customer service, Bellman Oil is the company you can trust. No job is too big or too small for Bellman Oil, and their staff has the experience and the training to find the perfect products for your exact needs. For Chevron, Citgo, BP, Mag 1, and VP Racing Fuel delivered in clean trucks by courteous drivers, call Bellman Oil at 574-546-2342 or visit bellmanoil.com.
Welcome back here to the Oliver Ford Lincoln Halftime Show. Oliver Ford Lincoln, where we tip our hat to you. Tonight's game is brought to you by Joe Morris, attorney at law, who strives to offer his clients quality representation while also attempting to minimize their overall legal expense. Experience the difference by calling today to schedule the meeting. Call 935-9500 to schedule an appointment. And due to COVID-19 regulations and safety, please call and make an appointment with Joe. We appreciate him being our sponsor tonight of our soccer broadcast. Kind of put together at the last second, and so we want to thank also our Plymouth PHS Athletic Director, Mike Delp Jr., for letting us do this. And it's also wonderful to be part of the PHS Big Red YouTube channel stream tonight. So those of you catching the pictures and able to hear the live audio stream of Max 98.3 as well. So we welcome you. Wow, what a very entertaining first half, and Rockies have a 2-1 lead over the Dragons. Both goals belonging to Selvin Paguada. Paguada has been very impressive so far, and everything Coach Masson has deemed him to be. This kid can, and the thing with Selvin is if he can continue his hard work in the classroom, because he does have limited English, come to find out, this player is going to be a D1 soccer player. He's just that good, and he's that comfortable with the ball, as we've seen here tonight. And he has probably the best shot and the best ball control on this team. Came into tonight with 11 goals, and you can tack on 12 and 13 after the first half here. So Sylvan has been quite an impactful player for this Plymouth Rocky team, to say the least. On the Argos side, we've seen some wonderful performances by their keeper and Kurt Johnson, the junior. I'll tell you, he's been right place, right time. He's got bit a couple times by just simple great soccer plays by Paguada. Maybe a little bit too aggressive on that, coming out on that second goal that Sylvan was able to score. But Johnson, for the most part, really made some grade A-level saves for the Dragons in that first half. So we're seeing really some standout players making a difference early. We'll come back and talk a little bit more about that. But again, if you're just joining us, the Oliver Ford Lincoln Halftime Show in the Battle of Marshall County Bragging Rights, it's Plymouth 2, Argos 1, back after this two-minute timeout.
When you shop at Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth, you're treated like family, and it's a full-service experience. Our expert service team can keep your vehicle happy for years, from simple maintenance to major repairs. We even provide a loaner car if your vehicle needs to stay overnight. So we have an excellent source of demonstrator vehicles offering you with substantial discounts. So search our inventory online or stop in for a test drive at Oliver Ford Lincoln in Plymouth.
Life doesn't come with a financial roadmap. It does come with a lot of bumps and red lights. Steering clear of those doesn't have to be difficult. With First Source Bank's mobile money management tools, you can see all your financial accounts, balances, and transactions in one place. So you can easily set monthly budgets to help manage expenses and debt. Get the green light to a successful financial future with First Source's money management tools. First Source Bank, where better is better. Member FDIC.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe? It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. Let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argos, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
Welcome back here to the Kent Soccerplex, the beautiful Kent Soccerplex on what's turned out to be a gorgeous Wednesday. A little bit on the humid side. I think it was a lot cooler during the day, less humidity during the day, but not the case tonight. There's more humidity than anything else, but it's just a simple, gorgeous soccer night here in Plymouth. And we welcome you to our halftime show presented by our good friends at Oliver Ford Lincoln. I want to go back, and I can't say this enough, but I got to say big congratulations to the Argos soccer program for last year's state championship performance. First Argos soccer team and third in the school history, which included the 2016 girls basketball, 79 boys basketball team to compete in a state championship contest. But the first one to claim a title in any of the sports at Argos. And what a special team that was. And Caleb Ellis receiving the C. Eugene Cato Mental Attitude Award in the process. Chino Roque, MVP, scored the 2 goals for the Dragons and the eventual game winner off a header from a corner kick at the 57-50 mark. Just fantastic. And, you know, the road that the Dragons needed to take to win the state championship, they defeated a pair of ranked opponents in the last 2 matches, Bethany Christian in a 3-1 regional championship. And you may recall that matchup against number 7 Lakewood Park Christian, which they won that 2-0 in the semi-state. For the semi-state title. That bravo! I mean, those were huge wins by that particular group, and of course that Dragon team finished 18-4 when they defeated Indianapolis Lutheran, who was picked to win that one. And they every bit of Indianapolis media was not. They didn't know anything about Argos, to be honest with you. And here these young men from the middle of nowhere in the northern tier of Indiana pull out a state championship, and so what a tremendous effort. And little stroll down memory lane that I wanted to include here in our broadcast here tonight. But right now the Dragons are short a goal, 2-1, as they've got to solve Sylvan Paguada of the Plymouth Rockies. He has both Plymouth goals. Teddy Reniger has the one that's sandwiched in between Paguada's goals, and that's where we stand getting ready for the second half. And when we come back, we'll get you ready for more Indiana High School boys soccer action as the Oliver Ford Lincoln halftime show continues after this timeout.
Don't know where to start? Maybe you're looking for a new challenge in your fitness effort. Whatever your situation, here's a happier, healthier tomorrow, and it's available right now. Come to Plymouth Fitness Forum Sports and Wellness Center. Make new friends. Join a group exercise program or aquatics class. Enjoy the Dance Academy. A more energetic, enthusiastic you begins at the Fitness Forum at LifePlus. Stop in at Miller Drive or visit fitnessforum.biz.
Since 1879, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home is
Halftime is nearly over. We
Its
ask
staff
that
is
all
committed to
fans please
providing care that
return
goes
to
beyond
your
the
seats
expected,
on
serving
the
today's
bleachers.
families
Thank
who
you.
call Marshall County their home. Jim and Terry Weldy, along with their professionally caring staff, remind you to check out their website for COVID-19 update and what to expect during services, while paying our final respects to our authority, so is keeping family and friends that attend safe. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home in Plymouth, committed to serving families with dignity and respect.
If you are looking for quality gutter services from experienced professionals you can trust, call Gutter Guys. We make it seamless. We offer cleaning and repair, leaf guards, and we have over 30 colors of aluminum for you to choose from. We provide free estimates, and 100% satisfaction is guaranteed. For more information, please call Gutter Guys today and see what we can do for you.
Call the Gutter Guys at 780-2311. That's 780-2311.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs.
Bring
When
me
it comes to
music.
Pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality.
Here we go.
Portside Marina has it in stock from Sampan, Aqua Patio, and Sweetwater Pontoons. If you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina.
Checo, able to read the deflection, comes away with it. He'll outlet, finding Mendoza. And Mendoza will lead it to midfield, and the ball gets deflected out of bounds off a Dragon player. Plymouth throws it in. Paguada, the receiver, will get it off to Romero. Chipped it back to the near side, Mendoza. Now to Aguiar using the triangle as Romero, beautiful work to let it go to Aguiar, or make that Cardonia, sending it into Paguada. Can he turn on and Gabe Stone does. Can he cut through a second defender? No. McCramer came over and prevented the rush. Good job by Carsden as he ended up preventing Paguada getting a shot. So Argos will end up get a throw in here, and it's up the right sideline. Last touch by a Rocky player out of bounds. So Redinger will let Markley throw it in. Cam looking for Redinger deep into the right corner. Good clear out by Truitt, and so a throw in for Argos once again, only deeper along the right, near the right corner. Argos gets set up inside the box. Same with Plymouth defensively, and there's the throw in, the header by Stoltz. Hunt back outside the box, recovered by Richard of Argos. Michael sends it over to Sean. Sean turning, using that big physical stature, trying to get Diaz off the ball. Diaz ends up riding the ball out of bounds. That was last touched by Richard, so good work by Diaz. And that gives his team a corner or goal kick. So Pacheco able to lead it across the center. And it comes all the way back in Argos Real Estate. McCramer chases back, gives to his goalkeeper. And Johnson will boot it back out to the circle at midfield. Two-men battle for it, neither touch. It bounces free. Rockies can't get anything out of it. Gabe Stone pops one up. And Mike Richard battles hard with Baca, and Richard gets called for climbing the back of Baca. So the Argos foul gives Plymouth the ball. Diaz right in the heart of the circle. Throws it over the near side. Mendoza with a touch to Cardonia on the left wing side. Cardonia, nice little crossover. Good recovery by Stone. Cleared it out to midfield. Stoltz battles hard as he goes in with Diaz and a 9 and a 6 go down. Actually, yeah, both do finally. As down for Argos is Jake Stoltz, and Diaz holding the left side of his noggin as he's now setting up. Both are setting up now. Well, I'll tell you what, Jake Stoltz, he had one thing in mind, and that was to simply get after the soccer ball. And so at this juncture, when you're dealing with the head injuries and or noggin injury situations, as our Plymouth athletic trainer, Ryan Carroll, is now looking at both players. Looks like Diaz is going to make his way off the field here. Coach Vanderweel with Jake Stoltz, but Jakey too will have to make an exit. So that means a substitution for both teams will be allotted. Nifong is going to come into the game for the Dragons. And for the Rockies, that will be Rilolo. So Rilolo will play the right cornerback for the Rockies. And Stoltz he's just standing right now. He seems to be okay along that Argos sideline. But Nifong's going to come in for him. So here we go. As the drop of the ball, and Argos just gives it to the Rockies. So it'll be Pacheco at his box. And off the courtesy giveaway, Pacheco from his goal had his pass deflected, and McCramer stole it, sent it back to midfield. Dragons trying to get control. Markley running into two defenders, slipped him by up at the right sideline, unable to save it, though, was Redinger, and it's out of bounds off him. So it'll be a throw-in for the Rockies. Truitt will take it, and he'll zip one over across the far side of the field. Rosas had his pass deflected. Markley chested it down. Then he lost the race to the loose ball. Rockies sent it ahead. McCramer has to end up clearing it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in along the near side for the Rockies. Mendoza will send it over to Romero. Romero trying to turn on Nifong. Nifong staying with him. Romero finally Puada sent it off the left side for Cardonia. Again, McCramer was able to be Johnny on the spot and clear it away. So this will end up being a corner kick here for the Rockies, as Cardonia will do the honors. Cardonia with the boot. It's at the top of the key, and it's off the head of Aguiar, who's about a 6'1", 6'2" player, headed it out of bounds. So the Dragons will once again have a chance to get it out of their own end. They are trailing 2-1 here in this second half that has 34 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in it. Rosas with a steal along the right sideline. Got around his man, fed it to the top of the box. Coming out is Johnson, and again the Argos keeper sucks it up. And then he'll boot it, clear out the midfield. Looking for Devin Allen. Can he win the race? He does. Heads it to the left side of Redinger. Popped it back for Allen with a great move. But the ball got deflected away as Truitt did a great defensive effort. Now trailing him is Markley. Left-footed shot's going to sail over the net and on a play. So a goal kick coming up here for the Rockies. Dragons had something going there. Teddy also plays some basketball for the Dragons. Markley will come in and throw it in instead. Markley will two-hand it over, and Devin Allen couldn't get position to win it. Rockies do. Romero from the circle. Nice step through. Tracy had it. Markley bails him out. Devin Allen chases after a loose ball, but the Rockies able to send it back up the right side. Nice break up by Colton Markley. And the Rockies pick off that pass, and it's going to wind up into the Plymouth bench. Argos throw-in. Oh, looks like we're going to have a new up. No, okay, players just stopped all of a sudden. So now we're back to play. Ball ends up deflecting off the bounds off the line judge across the way, so Plymouth will get a throw. And it's going to wind up in the right foot shot, and it's going to just miss the near post. What an effort by Tercios. Now to the top of the key. Here is a shot by Paguada, no good. It got deflected. Caroms over to Romero on the right side. Sends it to the right side, and once again coming through with a chip shot in front. Here's a shot to go! Rosas, this time with Paguada right next to him, and Rosas was the one who finished on the tip. 4-1 Rockies. So Rosas with the goal. That is his 11th goal of the season. So he is just a couple behind team leader Paguada. But again, that number one line for the Rockies, just really, really impressive. And Coach Vanderweel rather, is not a very happy camper across the way. And I'm not quite sure why, but I'm sure he's probably saying, hey, listen, there's a lot of physical play leading up to that deflection there, and no one was calling it. So, well, a yellow card has been issued to Coach Vanderweel. So again, with the conversation being clear across the field, I missed it. I just assumed that conversation was about probably the physical play that was in front of the net leading up to that deflection. But it's going to be good, and Rosas with another goal this year. And again, number 11 on the year for him. That came at the 28-21 mark, I believe. 3-goal lead, and now the Dragons got their work cut out for him. Here's a lead pass to the middle. Paguada leads it over to Cordon. Centered it back to the middle. Knocked down by Sylvan. Gets a shot away. Oh, what a diving save by the netminder Johnson again. Boy, I tell you, Johnson has very easily kept this game from being a complete blowout. Dragons lose possession at midfield. Romero will take it for the Rockies. Sent it. And Tracy got in front of it to take it back for the Dragons, but he missed his mark in Allen. And his loose ball was taken away and cleared out of bounds. So the Dragons will have another throw-in. It was intended for Reniger up the left wing side, but the Dragons get a throw-in once again. This time Sean Richard. Headed further by Michael Richard, but that's taken back by the Rockies again. Cordonia is going to lead in Paguada on the left wing side. The foot race is on with him and Stone. Paguada turns on him. Paguada shoots. He scores! And it's the hat trick for Paguada. Sometimes there's just no substitute for speed. And Gabe Stone just really couldn't have done anything more than what he tried. Was just outmatched in the foot race by Paguada. Not by much either, but Stoney had him, and then next thing you know, Paguada just blew by him. And Sylvan gets the hat trick tonight. This 7-minute mark left to go in the game. 5-1 Rockies. Play back on their way. Rockies control. Truitt will come to the near side. Able to give it to Mendoza. Near wing, Cordonia. Cordonia leads it up the left wing side, and once again, it's Paguada taking off the ball. Stone with a nice sliding tackle. Cleared it out of bounds. So play back underway. This time it'll be a throw-in for Stone. And we're going to have a substitution here, a couple substitutions. It'll be Colton Markley in for Argos and Sidney Melendez in for Plymouth. As Rosas will grab a breather, as will Connor Tracy. Throw in here for the Dragons, and it's going to be won by the Rockies. Mendoza flipped it over to Romero, ran off by the other 10 on the field, and Michael Richards, so the Dragons get it. Romero to Melendez. He's up the right side of the field. Sends it even further along the far sideline. Going after Romero. Richard tries to cut him off. Does with a sliding tackle. And the whistle sound, and well, they're going to call a hold on Plymouth. So the Dragons will get a free kick. Down to 23 minutes left to go in this one. 5-1. Rockies with the lead. This is Aguiar. Turning, good play, able to get it over to Mendoza. Mendoza, what bad pass to himself, and that's going to be Truitt to bail him out. Then he slides by one defender, keeps possession. Then the ball ends up getting knocked out of bounds. So Plymouth will maintain with a throw in here. Back, looking for Richard. He's going to man to his right. That's Markley. He caught it. Markley then shot it off the body of Mendoza out of bounds. Throw in for the Dragons along the right sideline. 5, Plymouth with the lead, down to 20 and a half minutes left. Here's a header to the top of the box. That got popped up and settled, and then unable to clear out the play there was Baca. Argos gets an opportunity. Richard can't fire it. Now turns to the left foot. Now centers it to the top. There's Knifeunk shot. Got blocked. Karam's all the way to the far side. Richard goes after it. Sean battling Melendez. Hits the trail man McCramer. Or make that Markley. He sends a long shot in. That's going to sail wide of the near post. And a goal kick coming up here for the Dragons. Or make that the Rockies. Well, Argos coming into tonight 2-1 in the Northern Indiana Soccer Conference. Of course, this is a non-conference game here, so that can affect that record. But the Dragons are 19 and a half minutes away from dropping their second game of the season. 5-1 right now, Rockies. Here's a lead that is going to get knocked down. Handled by Tercios. Fed to Aguiar to circle. Aguiar sends it right side for Rosa. Can he get a step in on Markley? Got the shot away and just missed the near post. What an effort by Rosas. Well, I'll tell you, it's funny. I can't remember who I was talking to, but it was one of the Plymouth administrators, and it might have been Mr. Condon, and he goes, you need to come and watch this Rockies boys team. They are exciting, and boy, they have not disappointed tonight. This is a real deal team. Here's a lead pass that gets deflected toward the top. That's headed away by Gabe Stone to the far side, Markley. Markley trying to prevent any red jersey from getting control, and the ball ends up getting cleared out of bounds. So looks like the Rockies are going to get a throw in which they do. It's Aguiar getting a touch now to the middle, and now a feed in front looking for Cordonia. Oh, what a steal by Johnson, and the keeper prevented Cordonia scoring his second. So Johnson again with another brave save for the Dragons. Keeps this score a 5-1 contest in favor of the home team. Richard with a lead up the middle. Couldn't find Allen on the run. McCramer now showing some offense, and now it's going to be worked off to the left wing side. McCramer battles hard with Rocky defender Rololo, and the ball stays in play on the far side. Markley looking to give it back over to the far wing. And McCramer, he tried to thread it over to Richard. Markley back to McCramer, doing a little triangle passing here of the Dragons in short space. The ball gets deflected out of bounds off a Rocky player. Now it's thrown in near the top of the box. Knocked to the middle, and there it's going to be cleared by Truitt. And now it's a race for the ball. Rosas trying to win. It's going to be free to the near side. Boy, winning that foot race was Tercios, Now a whistle sounds and a foul on Argos. So the hand check foul on the Dragons will give a free kick here for the Rockies right at the upper left corner of the box. So we'll see. Markley's the only one that's throwing up a wall, and that's Cam, the senior. They'll back him off the regulated distance he needs to on a free kick, does the official. The clock continued to dwindle down. It's 16:45. Here's Gadonia with the shot on net and a save by Richardson. Again, Kurt, he's just been very impressive. And again, I know we're talking a 5-1 score. Boy, all 5 of those goals were, 4 of them at least, are ones that he really couldn't help. It was just some good passing and assisting into tough shots. Play at it midfield. Rockies try to get control. Cardonia turning on 2 defenders. Nice heel pass to himself. Sends Mendoza up the left wing. Now trying to find his teammate. That is Baca. But Adrian coughed it up. Looks to get it back to Cardonia. Cardonia taking off the play, and now we've got a whistle here. So it'll be a free kick coming up here for the Dragons at the 15:45 mark. Coming up, we've got the Bourbon Street Pizza postgame show. We want you to stay tuned for that. Here's a long lead that ends up getting kicked all the way to Pacheco, the netminder for the Dragons, or for the Rockies, and he sent it to center. Here's Rosa, a pass, popping it up the air, trying to get by turned on and sent up the left wing side by Mills. Richard unable to accept the pass, and so the Rockies get it back. And a beautiful lead. Winds its way to Cardonia on the left side. Now to the middle. Cardonia heel pass, but to the wrong jersey. Markley able to step in the way and lead it to Allen on the far wing side. Rockies have done well in keeping Devin Allen off the score sheet tonight. The Dragon forward has had a pretty good year, coming in with 4 goals and an assist. Had 2 goals in the South Bend Riley win, which was the last game the Dragons played in. It'll be a throw-in for Truitt. Cardonia is going to check out of the game now for the Rockies. And in for him will be Ashton Artrip. Artrip unable to chase down the loose ball. Dragons wind up with it as the Rockies kicked it out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in here for Argos. And Rangel had his pass intercepted by Truitt. Trying to find Mendoza. Markley picks his pocket, gets around him along the right sideline, taking off the ball, and then he threw it off Truitt, and then him and Markley are pushing one another. And cooler heads are going to prevail here. So I'm sure we're going to get some cards here. We're just not quite sure what. It was Truitt and Markley battling one another on the play. And we're talking about Cam Markley here. Will be issued here on Truitt. And so Truitt will hustle off the field, and it will be Markley. So Markley is getting talked to by the lead official here, Jerry Chisholm, and so he will go off the field with a yellow card. Well, listen, you know, this is Plymouth Argos. It's a physical game, and actually credit the official in handling the way he did. Both players who got involved got taken care of. And so now you can play on. The clock had to stop at 14:03 for all of this. Trying to chase after it was A.J. Mills, but it got deflected out of bounds. So a throw in here for Plymouth once again. Rockies and Argos Real Estate from the far. Oh, Pacheco with a golden save to his right. You can hang a star on that one. And then McCramer had an open net, but ended up chipping it over the net as he was in full stride. So an opportunity for the Dragons denied by the goalkeeper and a misfire. So it's still 5-1 in favor of Plymouth, but that might have been the save of the night by Pacheco. Now Dragons again. McCramer a drive. Johnson leaped in the air to knock it down. And the rebound comes all the way out to the top of the box. Argos putting some pressure on finally. Loose ball furthered along by Baca, or Tercios rather, and now Markley steps up to send it. Aguiar knocks it down, looking for Mendoza. Retaken by the Dragons, and a send pass up the right side to Tanner, but it's not good either. And now recovered by Melendez, who sent it across to the middle, and finally put up by Mendoza. This is Baca sending it to the right side. Mendoza sends it ahead. Markley steps in front of the pass to send it to neutral field. And now worked free by Richard. Up the left side of Reniger. Use that physical body leading into Richard. Center sets up his right-footed shot, and again Pacheco. Johnny on the spot with a save. Now the Dragons are coming at him, but Pacheco in his first start between the pipes tonight. Solid, as he's only allowed one goal here, which happened early in the first half by Teddy Reniger. It's the only goal the Dragons have been able to get. 5-1 Rockies. Play at midfield. Dragons again. Reniger's onside. Pacheco comes out, and then he fumbled it, but then he got it back again. And him and Reniger kind of bump a little bit. But it's going to be Pacheco with room to clear it as he boots it out to midfield. Archer sends it back the other way for the Rockies, or actually lost it, I should say. Emma Kramer sent it up the left side looking for Richard. Can't catch up to it. A sliding tackle. Winds up knocking the ball out of bounds along the far side, and the Dragons get a throw in. Hops off him out of bounds. So we're going to have a goal kick coming up here for the Rockies. Now the Rockies, as we talked about, coming in undefeated on the season. Well, 6 players are coming out for Coach Mason. And we'll tell you who they are. I know one of them is Cadonia. Paguada is back into the game. And play back underway. Gabe Stone pops one up right near midfield. Rosas, who also checked back into the game, will give it to Diaz, who's back in. Nada Romero. My gosh, the footwork on this starting team, man, is amazing. Here's the lead right side. Rosas trying to win the foot race. Fires shots and a save! The rebound cleared out by the Dragons. But back to the right point, Diaz. He got blocked on a great play by Markley. Led up the left wing side on the run. Oh, McCramer couldn't handle the pass. It was a tough one. But then he gets by his defender. Rides the ball up the left wing side of Reniger. Reniger into the Plymouth real estate. Finding McCramer. Blocked. Now Nifong tries to settle it down. Gets it off to the right wing side. And there's a chip shot that's going to spin on net, in which that's gobbled up by Pacheco. That one went off the foot of Rangel. 5 minutes left to go in this game. 5-1 in favor of the Rockies. Here's a lead out to midfield. And the Dragons get control. We got a whistle sounds here, and this will be a foul on Plymouth. And so Argos will get a free kick. They trail it here by a 5-1 count. Here's the approach by Gabe Stone, and he's going to boot it. And the Rockies knock it down. Diaz to Romero. Send it clear across to the near side. What a great find through traffic. Now digging in. Paguada on the left wing side. He's already got the hat trick tonight for the Rockies. Sends one to the right side of the box, and that's going to sail out of play. Boy, every time Sylvan touches the ball, you just wait for some kind of magical moment to happen. And Coach Masson said that very same thing before we went on the air. He goes, the kid just has that touch. And again, they're really working on Sylvan and his language barrier that he seems to have. He knows enough English to do well in school, but it's still a little bit of a barrier for him. And to the circle, that's it. And now here comes Argos on the counter. Markley cannot get by the defenders. And boy, I tell you, that's one thing Plymouth done well in key moments, and that is swarm the ball and give no space to a lot of the midfield attackers and forwards, that and very talented ones at that the Dragons